Well, hello, fellow addicts. Sorry, don't mind us. We're having a little bit of off-camera or off-live broadcast amusement. Welcome to another edition of Addicts Live. It's our June Father's Day time travel burning toast spectacular, I guess. For those of you, I just like saying the word spectacular. For those of you who don't know, I'm Alyssa, your resident head addict, and joining us as always this episode is, this time I said this episode, not this week, is the one, the only Bookster, live from the Star Wars Central.
Hi.
Over there.
From Star Wars Central. Hi, guys. You know me, Joe the Wookiee Riot, and happy to be here. It's going to be spectacular.
And of course,
he slid into that voice again. Okay.
And of course, joining us as well is our resident, not so cranky old guy, Patrick, taking a pause from building his own very personal, very tiny house to join us.
Okay, Joe's got a voice. I'm going to use a voice the entire time, like this.
Even an organ, I can't get no respect.
Oh, Lord.
I think I'm just going to start billing myself as the only sane one on this broadcast. So, Pat, you have anything else you'd like to add to this?
No, I was hoping to give everybody a tour of the completed projects, but weather has been a hindrance, and I'm about a week behind. I'll be very close. By the next Addicts Live, I'll be able to give you a tour of the pavers, the new shed, the other new shed, and all kinds of other things. But I'm so close right now.
Pat, true or false, does one of your sheds right now not resemble a shed its son-in-law? Or
you tell me. Just a second if I can show it from here. Hold on.
I gotta see this, Fred. Sorry, addicts, but this is great. I love it.
How do I flip this thing? Let's see.
Joining us is
there we go. There we go.
Look, Chester Dupree.
Yeah, Chester Dupree's shed is indeed in Oregon, which may be the fact that Springfield is in Oregon. We might have proved it right here on Addicts Live.
There you go. Yeah, the question, you can't really see it from there. I'm putting up the other two walls tomorrow, and then I've got to hang the rafters, which is going to be interesting because it is 8 feet tall by 16 feet wide by 16 or 8 feet wide.
That's a garage.
I know.
Pat,
I know.
I hope you don't need a permit because you're definitely on the internet showing that you're putting that up.
That's okay. I'm totally fine. And here's the debris that's left over, and here are the pavers. I said I wasn't going to give you a tour, but I guess I gave you kind of a quick tour. So yeah, where the old shed was is now pavers, and this is all going away, and that's going to be there. So I don't know. Okay, we're done with that now. It makes my joints hurt right now. So I have to figure out how to turn this thing back around.
That's right, addicts. It's Pat live from the construction zone that is Chester Dupree shed in Oregon.
There we go. All right, sorry. Yeah,
no,
it's been a wild and woolly couple of weeks.
So now that our not tour is complete, let's get to it, my friends.
Okay.
We've got a lot to talk about today because it's been a little while since we've all gotten together. In fact, I think the last time was the Saturday before Mother's Day. Ironically, today is the Saturday before Father's Day. So it's been, a month. And in that month, we've had the heavily teased Update Hit Our Games, the time travel toaster event. And we're in the thick of it now, about halfway through at this point with the Egyptian Era, or Act 2, as some of us still refer to it. That ends next Friday, because technically it's still this week. And not only that, but tomorrow, like I mentioned before, is Father's Day. So in honor of Father's Day, we're doing our fun little poll, similar to what we did for Mother's Day, where in the box below us, we want you to pick your favorite father of The Simpsons. Your choices are Flanders, Wiggum, Reverend Lovejoy, Apu, Kirk, and Abe, Grandpa Simpson. I intentionally left Homer off, just like I intentionally left Marge off, although it was brought to my attention that I forgot about Krusty. So I apologize. But I totally forgot about Krusty as being a father. But it was harder to come up with fathers for the Simpsons than mothers because there aren't as many.
It's certainly harder to come up with good fathers, for sure.
But yeah, so let's so while you all take a moment, we'll talk about what we think later on in the show. But let's talk about the time travel event. What are our initial thoughts, reactions, feedback? I mean, I know we're halfway through, but what are you guys thinking so far?
Well, I think everybody found out what I was thinking in yesterday's post, and people were relatively kind and didn't attack me for having an opinion. I appreciate that. But yeah, it's interesting. As I said in the post, it's a lot of tapping for a bunch of stuff I'm not totally wild about. I'm kind of warming up to the Egyptian thing because I think I'll be able to meld that into some of the desert rocks and stuff and make it look kind of cool. But I'm a little hesitant to go all the way and have like a museum with all of these different time eras, you know, attached. I'm hoping the pirate stuff is actually going to be in the water. That's my hope. It will actually be, you know,
Well,
that
I was gonna say the two crafting things, the masthead and the rowboat, at least go in the water and only the water.
Yeah, good. Yeah, that's good. So I like things in the water, and I like things that fly. So the Egyptian thing and the prehistoric thing both let me down. No flying, no water.
How about you, Wook? I like it. Like well, as Alyssa says, you like everything, Wook, but I actually like I saw dinosaurs. Got me with dinosaurs. Like Dino DNA. It was, yeah. We got dinosaurs in my game, and I wish there was like Alan Grant skin for like Homer, and then you know Marge could have looked like the paleobotanist, and yeah, Laura Dern's character. It would have been great. I'm so excited. And the Egyptian stuff, it's sort of I'll find. I'm thinking my golf course might look a little cooler at some point with that, or my mountains or my Wild West area. I don't know, but I like it. Where they come from, because it's not a lot of them, and that makes a difference.
Yeah, I just always have time with the whole. I have issues with the whole, you know, multiple universe and multiple people. I didn't want another Mo. I'm still not wild about the second Lisa and the second Bart. I don't know, whatever. You've got some action going on at your house there, Alyssa.
Oh, you hear? No, it's Riley. She's
yeah.
Not napping today. She's playing upstairs. So
I think the other thing I really like was the Cecil Terwilliger task. EA finally found a way to suck up the 160 million I had in my bank account, and I could not be happier to actually be playing to earn money again. Like I'm broke again, and it's great.
What's funny is that I have to admit that caught me off guard. I am not one that just keeps going and tapping and building up cash. I usually just do the cash when I need land. So this took me totally off guard, and they have definitely messed with my my regular patterns, because now I want the damn dam. Can I just say that? I want the damn dam. But that's a lot of that's a whole lot of tapping. So this will be kind of like actually building the damn dam, you know, as they did with the Hoover. It may take me 2 years, but I'll get it now. I want the damn dam.
All the prizes are good, like all three of them. I think they're quality. I mean, maybe
they're way better than the redwood. Yeah, they're better than the redwood and the stupid Burns money pile thing. It's like,
yeah.
Didn't care. Everybody watching, feel free to chime in with your thoughts about the event in the comments. I know we're getting a lot of talk about the fathers of the Simpsons, but you know, feel free to chime in with your thoughts on the event as well. I'm not a fan, and I was talking to Joe about this earlier. I don't know if I'm just burnt out I'm just wanting to enjoy my summer and not worry about anything else, or I just really am not into the content. But I'm not a fan of this. I initially was, but I'm just not a fan of the event. Like, I like that they did the excavation site. I thought it was a neat idea, but as I kind of predicted 2 weeks ago, probably by about now, everybody's kind of sick of it, and I'm a little sick of it. But I don't know. I'm not a big fan. I would rather have canon stuff for Springfield than a lot of this stuff. I don't know. I'm not a big, and it's not that it's hard. I know a lot of people don't like it because it's more difficult. I'm not having a hard time with the event at all. I mean, I'm almost done with the second era prize track. Like, I'm almost completely done with that. I've had no issues with anything so far. I just not a fan of the content. I think it's all going to end up in my inventory when it's over.
I literally disagree with you for the very first time. For the very first time, mind you.
Yeah, that's
an
now.
Inside joke. That's an inside joke. Anyway, because I like the digging thing. That's the one thing that keeps me coming back, is I kind of like faking it out. And when I go, okay, I just got a prize, and now I think it's over here, and I hit it on the first one, it gives me unmeasurable joy. I don't know why. It's just like, whoa, 2 in a row, boom. Take that, EA, you suck. I don't know. Yeah, that part's fun, because it is random. I mean, I've tried to kind of figure out a set algorithm. There really isn't a super easy way to say, oh, yay, so the last one was there, so this one's likely over here, blah, 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 blah. With like Maggie's thing, you can kind of almost set a pattern. You know where the 3 donuts are going to show up with the Maggie payoff. Where's Maggie payoff? But this is not that way. It's pretty interesting.
And Steve O'Max agrees with you. He says that he's enjoying the event mainly because at times the excavation site is a logic puzzle, and it still hasn't gotten old for him. So I mean, I don't know. I'm not a big Minesweeper fan either, so I'm not a big Battleship fan either. So maybe that's why I'm not a huge. I mean, I liked it initially, but I don't know. Maybe I just have a short attention span these days. Or maybe I'm just burnt out. My money's on just burnt out.
Yeah, well, it's, you know what? Somebody wrote something in the replies that I was replying to. I didn't really get a chance to reply to my post yesterday until this morning. And somebody wrote something, I should mention their name, but I'm not going to go back and look, that said, you know what? You can just skip this. I've done that now on 4 different things. And I was like, oh my God, this guy's brilliant. You could actually skip it. Just skip it. But again, then I pointed out, well, as a mod for the game, I kind of feel like I have to at least know what's going on. But this is one that, if it wasn't for the pirate stuff that floats, did I mention I like things that float? If it wasn't for the pirate stuff coming up, I would have probably skipped this thing. I don't care about the dinosaurs. I certainly don't care about the Egyptian stuff. So, yeah.
And
I'm not sure it's burnout. I think it's just how I want to develop my town.
You're always cranky about it, so I don't think it's burnout for you. I think it's just you.
That's not fair. I like the last update. I had a lot of fun. Again, it comes down to, how does this work into my town? Ultimately, that is my goal. This is like a giant Sim City for me. I want the town to make sense. That's the key. Dinosaurs walking around don't make sense. Unless there's a guy in the dinosaur suit, right? Is there guys in the dinosaur suit for the mini T-Rex thing? I don't know.
If it makes you happy, yes.
Yes. Okay, makes me happy. Yes.
I like the premise, the time travel toaster. When we thought, I'm much happier with stuff from dinosaur era Egypt and pirates than getting like younger versions of Marge and Homer that make me worry about the time-space paradox.
Exactly.
So, like, it's bad enough we have future versions walking around that aren't skins.
Yep.
So I know that TSTO is basically Homer's dream. He's dreaming or something, or he's actually dead and this is his hell.
Wow. Someone's watched too many episodes of Lost.
Maybe it's the secret reprogramming by my brand new Scientology friends, but this is the way I see it.
Well, before the event started, I think we all thought it could go two ways. It could either go flashback to Marge and Homer as younger versions of themselves, or it could go really far back and flashback to dinosaurs and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I've hypothesized this in the comments a few months ago. Like, you have either option, either path. I'm happy that they took this path, but I'm not a fan of this stuff. I don't know. I guess I'm just not a I love history, but I love American history, I guess is probably the better way to say it. So, like, I love when we get presidents from history, but I'm not a big fan of getting, like...
Hey, I don't want to point out to you that they found the biggest T-Rex in America. I'm just trying to say. It's American.
I'm
also the first American. The first.
American T-Rexes.
Dinosaurs are... I don't know. A couple comments from Silly Boy said, I've said this a number of times, the events are too predictable. TTT is the same as all the rest, but the prizes are mostly boring. So at this rate, this event low compared, so I rate this event low compared to many of the other events. And Charles said that he merged the Egyptian stuff with stonecutter stuff, which isn't
genius.
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. And Silly Boy also adds that he totally agrees with Patrick and he wants his town to make sense too. And he totally agrees with the SimCity comparison. Of course he agrees, because he's also from Oregon. So, I mean...
Wow, you are really starting to get a little pointed here. I'm just saying. You're a little biased.
I'd like to talk about Oregon.
Oh, my God.
No.
It's
My
beautiful.
children live there now. I'm sure it's a beautiful place.
It is beautiful.
I don't get that.
Compared to LA, it's very beautiful. Yeah.
Where I live,
I'm not saying anything
like
against
LA.
Oregon. I'm just saying, of course, you guys agree. I mean, you're from the same area.
Yeah, well, you'll find out that Oregonians don't really agree on very much. It's pretty funny. It's really pretty funny. You go 10 miles outside of the two cities, you got a whole different world of Oregon out there.
I know one of the comics I'm reading is collected, and it has an edgy and witty something, and it's from the Portland Oregonian, and I was like, oh, of course they think it's edgy,
yeah. No, the whole Portlandia thing's been beat to death. I got news for you. Eugene was weird way before Portland. We've had the Oregon Country Fair and the Kesey thing and the hippies and all that stuff way before Portland. So all Portland has done is dressed all these guys up in straight leg jeans, and they wear funny beards and plaid shirts, and now they're hipsters. Woohoo! Yeah, no, sorry. Old. Lumberjacks with guitars.
So now we're prepared to get letters from Scientologists and the hipsters.
No, they're my friends now. They're really kind-hearted people.
Oh, okay.
How'd your Seton meter come out?
Fun fact, that's actually just a version of a polygraph created by Wonder Woman creator Dr. William Marston.
There you go.
So, yeah.
There you go.
The more you know.
Silly Boy also says the sun's about to come out where he is. So, in Oregon. It's already out where Pat is. And Amy adds that it would have been nice to get a 3D skin for Homer, I'm guessing from the three-dimensional thing. But that's not really what this event is. This event is more of the... Okay, then.
Yeah. That's from it's from a Treehouse of Horror, but a different episode.
So, I mean,
that would look interesting. I don't know how that would work. Let's
take a second and talk about the poll that we did that Pat so nicely, after I beat him with a stick, wrote the analysis.
I didn't mind writing it.
I had to beat some sense.
You kept telling me I have to be nice.
Don't be cranky.
It's really hard for me, you know that.
So it looks like, I mean, most of you, as usual, most players unlocked everything. But there were more players that didn't unlock it than there have been in previous events when we've done things like this, which is kind of interesting to me anyway. I mean, almost everybody got the baby T-Rex. And I think if you didn't, it's because you didn't really have a strategy for it. But it does seem like, at least with Pat's analysis, that a lot of players had at least one kind of premium item, whether it be Gravedigger Billy, the Bubarella skin, the tree, I don't think anyone really purchased shovels unless they were in dire straits. I mean, I would have beaten people over the head if they told me that they purchased shovels.
There was a few people in comments that confessed that they bought more than a few shovels. I think that the deal is with the shovel thing, and this is the brilliant thing I'm going to give EA, is that when you're cruising through and you've used 7 of your shovels or whatever, and then you on your last shovel you uncover a rock, it's like, do you want to wait or do you want to spend 3 donuts on more shovels? And I think that was really smart, because I actually did that one time and then felt a fool immediately afterwards, saying, "Oh, I could have waited. Jeez, Pat."
Oh, well, where's my shovel to hit you over the head with now?
I know. This is why I'm glad I'm 3,500 miles away sometimes.
Sideshow Bob's enemy, the rake. Pat's enemy, the shovel.
The shovel.
Which is probably true with all that work you're doing in the backyard.
Oh yeah. No, the shovel is the least of my the shovel is the least of my issues, yeah. I won't even go into it. But yeah, I'm sore in parts of my body that haven't been sore since daily doubles in college. So
oh geez.
Yeah. It's fun. Anyway,
You
yeah,
played
no,
Jeopardy
I
in
think
college?
Jeopardy. I think in general, that the first section of this thing was surprisingly more difficult, only because it's been really easy. The last few events have been extremely easy. You log on 4 times, you hit the clear all thing, and you're good to go. You know, they were almost easy to the point of boring. So it's not like I'm really complaining that I didn't get it all. I think that there was some real logical factors why some people did and some people didn't. And some people lied. Come on. I logged on 3 times a day, didn't buy any premium items and got it all. Nah, baloney.
I did.
You see how I edited myself?
You didn't buy any premium items, Joe? You don't have Gravedigger Billy?
Oh, I already had him though.
Yeah. Well, part of the process.
I'm pointing at your picture.
Same with
I'm pointing
Umbrella.
at your head.
I barely got Caveman Mo, and if you like, I probably logged on an average of twice a day.
Yeah, well, I wasn't even
with the
close.
premium item then, so
I wasn't even close, and I was logging on 3 to 4 times at least, and most often 4. Wasn't even close. I was 15,000 off.
I mean, I think the analysis really is, if you don't have premium items, you have to log in 4 to 5 times a day if you had none of the premium items.
You have to visit your friends.
And you have to visit your neighbors. That's a big aspect of it.
Yeah.
I mean, I skip my neighbors. Sorry, guys.
The other one that I did not really catch on to until about halfway through is that when you clear using the Panini thing, God, I hope my neighbors can't hear me talking like this. Anyway, when you clear using the Panini press, it doesn't clear all of them like the past ones did. You had to still go looking for the ones that were hanging around. And I didn't figure that out until about halfway through. So yeah,
really?
I made a few critical mistakes. Yeah.
Mine clears everything. Some other players commented that they didn't think it cleared everything, but in my game, it cleared everything, including the bank.
Mine did not. Mine absolutely did not, because I would clear it and then I would go over by Grandpa and Mona sitting on the bench, and there'd always be 4 or 5 hanging around.
Yeah, I don't think it was supposed to clear everything, but in my town it does.
Yeah.
Maybe. It
might depend on where you have it sitting too. I have mine clear on what would be the southern end of Springfield or the eastern end. I've never figured out what's north and south from Springfield, but anyway, mine's clear on the
mountains are north.
I mean, I think a big thing.
You think the mountains are north? Let's clarify this. Hold on just a second. I have forgotten to ask this about 10 different times, and it has nothing to do with this update, and I want an answer, and you, Joe, are going to give it to me. So,
okay.
When Mr. Sparkle, I understand everything he says except this one phrase that I got Debbie listening to it, everybody listening to it. It's like, we are none of the size on the Sumtang. I mean, it's like what is he saying there?
I didn't play with my game with the sound off, honestly.
Oh my God. I swear,
Yeah.
if I could give donuts to any player that can tell me what he's saying on that one phrase, I cannot decipher it, and it drives me nuts every time he says it. So anyway, okay, sidebar aside.
So,
But I think the mountains are north, and I think Pat agrees with me because we're both West Coasters, or what East Coast
Yeah, I
people
agree.
call left coasters. So the ocean
Yeah,
is
yeah.
to our west.
I just
It's
call
on the
you
left
wrong
side, yeah.
coasters.
But it can't be the
Oh,
East
here
Coast
we
because
go.
everybody would be upside down like Australia. So
What people don't know is that Alyssa and I are really good friends who disagree on some very major points in life. And
What people don't know
right
is
now
Pat and I have
dancing
arguments over
around this-
text message for 3 hours.
we are dancing around these issues right now of rhetorical and
No, I just say it's wrong coaster. I say wrong coaster because it's the wrong coast, because I live in New Jersey. So I just say you're the wrong coaster.
Yeah, we'll
Our
see when all
water's
those New
warmer.
Jersey people come out next month for the wedding, what they think. Uh-huh.
They'll tell you the same thing.
Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
anyway, back to the notion about this event.
say notion, or did you say something else?
I said notion.
Okay, it sounded like a different
Me
word.
too. I
Back to
flinched.
the
Mom's getting
notion.
mad.
I don't know what
I
that
was like,
else
wow, Liz is getting real.
I don't even know what else that sounds like. I said notion.
Okay.
Now it sounds like notion. It
That's
puts
what I
the
said.
notion on its skin.
The good news is this is recorded, so we can go back and see if that's what I said or not. Anyway, so I brought up an interesting point with Pat the other day when we were going over these poll results, and it was more a matter of for those familiar with the Family Guy game, Family Guy is very much a pay-to-play game. It's freemium, but you're not going to get everything unless you pay. Some people like that, some people don't. Some people like that it's harder, some people don't. I get that. The whole thing was, though, Simpsons has always been a game where you can always get everything as long as you put the time in. So you may not get everything if you play twice a day, 3 times a day, but if you play 4 to 5 times a day, you should be able to get everything without having to spend donuts. The question now becomes, is EA shifting closer to the Tinyco model? And not because they want people to spend money on stuff, which they do, but is it because they're giving away so many donuts for free now that they want people to spend them so that they will buy them?
You know what? I think it's kind of an anomaly. I think that what's funny is that EA has proven to be far more generous with donuts by loads, by multipliers of several whatever factors compared to what they used to be 2 years ago, 3 years ago, whatever. I mean, do you remember how excited we were when we got a donut when we were visiting a neighbor? I mean, we were like jacked up. I got a donut, you know, and now it's like, oh, 10 donuts for sending your, 10 kids off to the lollipop shop or whatever. So I think, they've made it far easier.
Lollipop shop.
Far easier, but more importantly, I think that when they do something like this, it's kind of almost an anomaly. I was a little disturbed by the way they changed the payouts halfway through. I thought that was the most suspect of everything.
And the bad news is, at least I haven't checked the files myself, and I just was really busy yesterday. But according to Let's Play Nintendo, they updated again yesterday and dropped the payout at the excavation site from 36 to 31. So apparently they dropped it again, which does not seem like smart customer service to me, I guess is the best way I want to say this. But
well, let's just say the bastards.
I mean,
so,
if people struggled with the first act, why would they lower it again? I know EA has a history of raising stuff and changing things, and sometimes I think they go a little overboard when people complain. I'm like, you don't really, why? Just leave it as it was. But to drop it and drop it again, it's like the first drop pissed people off so much, then you drop it again, it just doesn't. It seems like they're going out of their way to piss people off, I guess is the best way.
I think what they're doing with me is they're going out of their way to make me go, do I really care about that item that I'm grinding for? And that's where I was with Gravedigger, or was not Gravedigger, with the weird caveman Mo thing. I just didn't care. I really, at the end, I wasn't going to stay up all night long. And
I mean,
tap.
I think my main point is I love, like, it seems when EA does an event that's harder to get, that last prize is a crap prize anyways, and it's like they know it. So, like, I enjoy Caveman Mo, but Mo's Cavern, I'm gonna have the where did that come from up. It's completely disconnected in the show, and it's canon from Caveman Mo. They just combine them. So, you know, like, if you didn't get Caveman Mo, don't worry about it. You have a real Mo, and he looks like a caveman anyways. He's just wearing clothes.
Yeah. What's funny to me, and this is a debate that could go on forever with the true Simpsonites, but when someone says something is canon, I get that it appeared somehow, some way in the show or the movies.
Yeah.
But some of this stuff literally flies by the screen. There's no basis of anything on a lot of the stuff that they call canon. I'm not talking about just this in general. I'm talking about some of these past updates where they've really kind of gone off the map. And it's like, okay, that might have been in a scene for a split second. Is that worth grinding for? Is it really there? I don't know. You know, I don't know.
See, like the 3 freemium things that everybody got at the beginning, I think are amazing. The excavation site, mom and pop hardware, and the Spring-Sodian. And everybody got those for free, and they're going into your town. So, I mean, yeah, you didn't pay for them. You'll have them. They'll collect. And then if you don't like the other stuff, storage is infinite for EA. It's amazing. Like, just pop it in storage and move on.
Yeah, no, I agree. So I'm tending to be a little bit more pragmatic about that at this point. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, again, the way this always comes down is, well, we'll see on the next event, won't we? And so, you know, and there's always a next event. Bless their little heart. We're going on to, what, we're coming up on 5 years in October, is that right?
Yes.
5!
Yeah.
What is wrong with me?
Yes. So
anyway, yeah.
A couple of notes here. Let's see. Silly Boy agrees that the donut. Totally agree about the donut comments. Donuts are incredibly easy to obtain these days. And Safi says, for the first time since I was without internet during my sister's destination wedding during Halloween 2013, I did not unlock all of the prizes. I had to spend some donuts to get Caveman Mo. Granted, I was extremely busy at work and many days only played twice. And Fred wants to know if I'm turning into cranky young mom. Probably. Probably.
If she grows a white beard and starts wearing University of Oregon hats, we'll know.
I think I'm just getting old, honestly. All right, so let's see. I mean, you guys have any other comments you want to add to the time travel discussion?
Yeah, we'll just keep.
So I was looking at Russian Tigger's comment and was like, I really like the idea that, you know, EA is damned if they do, damned if they don't. Like, if an event's too easy, people are like, I want it harder, and then when it's hard, they're like, it's too hard.
That's my.
No, I want to be clear that I'm trying to be very careful. I really don't dislike everything EA does, contrary to popular opinion. I think that they've done an outstanding job with a lot of these updates, and the fact that we're still playing it after almost 5 years, I think speaks volumes.
Right.
I mean, that really is all you have to say. I'm a reasonably normal 63-year-old man playing this game for 5 years.
You're reasonably normal?
Reasonably, there's heavy rabbit ear quotes on that. But the fact that I'm still doing it and for the most part enjoying it speaks volumes. I mean, and there's lots of reasonably normal people out there playing this game.
Yeah, and then there's Joe. Quests were short. I really laughed at the dialogue of this event. Like, I was reading it. I thought that the writers did pretty good. I mean, it was actually semi-political, and I won't go into it, but it was funny.
They did better with this dialogue than they have some other events. But I think for me, too, a lot of it is just the fact that it's summertime, and everyone and their mother has something going on, so we're always like running. And I think I'm just in general, and I think this happens every summer for me. I just get burnt out, and the summer events are always like, to me, always. Because I remember feeling that way even about the monorail, and I love the monorail, but I felt that way.
Don't you be smushed.
Granted. Wait. Let me preface this. When the monorail hit, I was 7 months pregnant. about to go
Yeah.
on vacation, and hot
It
as
was
heck
summer.
because it hit in August and it was like 110 degrees here and a crazy humidity with like
Details. There was the
150% humidity.
monorail.
So
Okay, I'm just going to say something. I'm going to say something once before because I'm going to start saying it just like Wookie says on the Scientology thing. Every one of these things, I'm going to say the same thing.
uh-oh.
Until you give me Bleeding Gums Murphy and the nightclub, I will not be happy.
Well, thank you,
With any
Patrick, for
update you
ensuring
do.
that we never get it. Thank you.
Bastard.
EA's mission in life not to make Patrick happy. So I'm pretty sure now we're never gonna get it.
I would be shocked if they even knew who I am at this point. I mean, maybe they do.
I think like
They
the
know who
genius
you are,
coders
trust me,
somehow
Pat.
give him.
Pat, trust me. In conversations we've had with people at Fox, they know who you are. Believe me. They know who you are. I promise. Even people at TinyCo know who you are.
Well, Tiny Coke could bite me, so there we go.
Well,
Yeah.
Bite
No,
my shiny metal butt.
No, it is interesting. I mean, I think that for a while we were doing the secret inside EA, that whole mystery series there on Friends. That was pretty pointed, weird stuff, and that probably did get
You
their
mean
attention.
Josh? Josh?
No, I
no.
can't.
Isn't that his name?
No. I can't remember. I have to go back and look. We were writing this series of somebody that had snuck in and was working as an operative inside EA to mess the game up. It was this whole mystery thing. Anyway, whatever. That's when we had lots of time on our hands.
So,
But yeah, whatever. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Daffy says blasphemy at me for saying I had the same thoughts about the monorail event. It's different but similar. But like I said, I was 7 months pregnant. You try being 7 months pregnant and trying to deal with all the people whining on the site, trying to play a game and trying, having a little tiny human kicking in the every body part you can imagine. So,
it feels just like doing 2 weddings in a year. I'm just telling you.
I'm pretty sure childbirth is a little different.
I'm deferring. I've witnessed all 5, and trust me, I don't know how any woman.
The only thing close, I believe, is having a sentient kidney stone, and that's impossible.
There you go. So, and then and Silly Boy says,
the image of that has to be animated.
I have a little kidney stone. I cause you pain.
Wow.
Okay. And let's see.
Wow. Here we go.
Silly Boy adds to the conversation, one thing I like about many of the events in the last couple of years is that we come away from each event with a little mini game embedded in the game. That is true. They've been doing that for, I think, the last year since Sci-Fi, since the chili cook-off event.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on a little bit here, just because.
Although I'm bad and I don't play them afterwards, like they're cool during, and then I'm like, oh yeah, that's there.
Actually, I think it's Maggie. Find Maggie. Where's Maggie? That's the first mini game we got. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, let's do a couple things here because I know Patrick does have to leave in 20 minutes, and we're trying to keep our time limited in general because people are getting tired of watching 14 hours of us gabbing. So let's see. All right, so real quick, I want to plug. Safi is doing another bracket battle, which is great. We're going to do it over the summer. The polls are going up. There's another one going up today to finalize the brackets. Once the brackets are finalized, I'm debating doing something where you guys can submit your own bracket, to see who wins the bracket. I don't know how it would work well with this kind of site and everything, but I'm debating that. But, watch the site over the summer because it's fun. It's a lot of fun to do the bracket battle. Everybody gets involved. It's fun. So big thanks to Safi for doing that again. And I think in a future episode, we're going to have Safi on to kind of talk about it.
I was just going to say, it's time for Safi to make appearance again.
Maybe the next episode, I have to talk to Safi and check everyone's schedules. But we definitely will have Safi on at some point over the summer to talk about the bracket battle again. And then the other thing I want to say real quick is that the T-shirts from our T-shirt contest that we did, which some people are still upset that they weren't picked to be a finalist. I won't name names, but you know who you are.
Get over it.
The shirt that that you guys picked will be available next week for purchase. We're actually the design is pretty funny, and it's Wookiee approved. So
That's great.
be sure to be on the lookout for that. It will be up. I think Monday we're gonna launch the campaign. I think you'll be able to buy it in 10 days. It'll be there. So check it out. And if you don't remember, the slogan was "Visitors better put on pants." I totally botched that, but go ahead, Joe. Do your best Homer impression for that.
Visitors better put on pants.
There you go. Joe does it better. So look for that Monday.
Actually, that's just my life. That's my life every day.
He never wears
better put on
pants.
pants.
He does this show. He never wears pants.
Yeah.
Even when he was outside by his shed.
Exactly. He's walking around in his underwear. All right. So, Pat, I know you want to take a minute. You want to talk about Ouija. So, by all means, take a minute.
Oh, just, I will take just a minute. First of all, amazing job again by the Attucks. We blew right through this thing. And I have a big surprise in that Emma was our Emmanuel, for those of you who don't know who he is our project manager over there, was able to negotiate a way better local deal, which is why you have a local project manager for the solar stuff that we did. So we had enough money left over to actually buy beds for the teachers who have been sleeping on a mattress on the dirt floor for the last 6 months. So great job, double whammy on this one, and we will be sending pictures and everything else when we get everything installed. So I just shipped a bunch of money off to Uganda. Great job. Thanks to all of you who donated, and a couple of you today that helped put us up over the top. So I'm very excited. Again, thank you very much. And that is all on that.
Okay, so let's jump to, and yeah, thank you everyone. It's a great cause. It really, not gonna lie, it warms my heart on bad days when Pat sends me photos of things that are going on in Ouija, with like the photos of the kids getting their school supplies and stuff. That was remember that day? That was I was ready to hit somebody in the head with the shovel. Pat goes, "Oh, I got something that'll cheer you up," and he sent me the photos, the same ones that he posted on the site. It always warms my heart. So it's a really good cause. We're doing some good work there, and everybody really appreciative of the respect that most of you are giving to Pat, whether you agree with it or not. Those of you who don't agree with it, you're just not saying anything, which is appreciative. And those that do, you're donating. He's hitting goals left and right, and it's awesome. This community.
Let me just say that this is not just me. This has now become not just me by any stretch of the imagination. This is an Attucks thing, and you guys should be very proud of what you've been able to do in such a short amount of time. More importantly, I just want to point out, as the reason we're often cranky is that the world is kind of a goofy place right now, and to be able to affect change this quickly, I mean, to literally in a 10-day period say, hey, what about, and boom, it's done, is absolutely unprecedented. There's not a government agency, there's not a nonprofit out there that I'm aware of that can get this done this quickly. So you guys are really amazing. I'm just going to say that flat out. This is not me, this is you guys. So thank you very much. I'm happy to be part of it. We'll put it that way.
So okay, so let's jump to because we could talk about that all day too. The poll that we did below for Father's Day, because Father's Day is tomorrow. So happy early Father's Day to both of you, and happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. I say happy Father's Day to my husband, and I know he doesn't watch these things.
Wise man.
Yeah, well, he's not a fan. Not a fan of the Simpsons stuff.
He gets the Alyssa show for the other 23 hours.
He gets to listen to me scream and yell at him for. No, I'm just kidding. He gets my lovely analysis of things all the rest of the day. So, which Simpsons father is your favorite? The poll responses were Flanders, Grandpa Simpson, Wiggum, Apu, Kirk, and Reverend Lovejoy. The winner was Flanders, 35.48%. Abe Simpson came in second with 28.57, followed by Chief Wiggum, Apu, Kirk, and then Reverend Lovejoy. So nobody really has much love for Reverend Lovejoy, I guess. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts on out of that list, your favorite Simpsons dad?
I'd probably I'd probably flip Abe with Ned, but in actuality, Ned's a far better father, I think, in a lot of respects. You know, I think both of those people, if you combine them, have the best qualities. Where Ned really is always involved with his guys' lives. Abe is smart enough to know where he made mistakes and go back and, you know, try and correct them or apologize. I mean, he's one of the only people that really apologize in the show. Yeah, I'm sorry I was this way after he gets busted on something. But yeah, I like them both.
What do you think, Joe?
I mean, like, Ned Flanders is a good dad. I mean, as provided wherever you stand on the whole religious thing. I know some people have some compunctions with that, and I don't think it's Ned's fault that Rod and Todd are such weirdos. I blame Maud for those genes. I don't know. But,
go ahead. Blame somebody who can't defend herself. She's dead.
But favorite, like, Ned's not my favorite because he's stupid Flanders. Like, obviously, like Grandpa Simpson. And like Wiggum, I feel bad for Wiggum. That guy is the dad of Ralph. And being the father of Ralph is a special kind of fathering. So
yeah, but man, let's be honest about it. The apple doesn't fall far from the broken fruit tree.
I know.
mean, you know, that is, dude, he's just emulating dad in so many ways.
I
He
was
doesn't
thinking,
have a
like,
gun, thank God.
My favorite dad, honestly, is Rabbi Kostovsky. I really have. I just always liked him on whenever he popped up on the show. And then,
Yeah,
if you want to know good dad, who I would want to be my dad on The Simpsons if I pick, Big Brother Tom from season 4, Brother from the Same Planet. Like, he was a really good father figure. He was a part of the Big Brother program. So
I don't remember that. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And Homer was a big brother too. It was pretty great. And like Tom went to beat up Homer for the kind of father he is.
Sappy just added that he voted for Kirk because you have to be an amazing dad to raise a son like Milhouse.
Oh, you leave Millie alone, Sappy.
I think he was being sincere. I would go with Grandpa Simpson just because he is my favorite out of that list. It's kind of why I added him to that list and not didn't add any of the parents of parents to the mother's list, but I added him to the Father's Day list because he's my favorite. He very much reminds me of my own grandpa. So
Aw.
That and he yells at clowns. So all right, let's jump into some questions in the time that we have left. Silly Boy wants to know if we're looking forward to the release of Futurama Worlds of Tomorrow. Yes and no, I guess. Originally, we were contemplating doing another site. I think that I'm going to pass on that, especially given how apparently cranky I am about doing this stuff now. But I'm not too thrilled that TinyCo's doing it. And in the video and, kind of gameplay I've seen, it's Family Guy, but with Futurama, and I'm not a big fan. That's why I don't do the Family Guy site anymore, because I'm not a big fan of it. It's too... I don't like the idea of collecting stuff to unlock something. It just bothers me.
And I'm going to go so far as to say, as much grief as I've given EA over the years, EA is infinitely better than TinyCo in regards to the way that they run the games. And right off the top, as soon as I found out it was a TinyCo game, not interested. I don't care if Matt's involved with it. I don't, I mean, it's all exciting, but I almost wonder if, this is kind of harsh on Matt, but I almost wonder if he picked TinyCo because it does generate more cash. I don't know. I'm not interested in another convoluted. I mean, I bailed on Family Guy after like 3 months, and I really tried. I tried really hard to get into that game. And after 3 months, I'd missed, I think, 1 week. I had to take off somewhere for a week. I was lost. It was like, oh, I'll never catch up. I'm done. I don't care. So, yeah.
Pat or Joe?
I'm going to give it a chance because it's Futurama. And I love Futurama. But the second they try to TinyCo me with, like, I have to spend hundreds of dollars to get, I don't know, a grape that goes up the nose of something that I need to go to the next act. Literally, never mind. I still pop onto the Family Guy game every once in a while, and then I throw my hands in the air. You want to see cranky old Wookiee? Like, get me talking about that dabgum Family Guy game.
So apparently, we're all in agreement that we were excited about it until we found out who was making it.
Yep.
Not that the people at TinyCo were nice, but their model of how they make games, I'm not such a fan of.
They've had plenty of time to fix that game too. That's the point. Here's the difference between TinyCo and EA is that EA evolves and they change and they seem to modify on how to make the game better and kind of how the players are playing. TinyCo just is like, no, this is how we're doing it. Boom, 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 boom. Up your nose with a rubber hose. So,
that sounds painful.
Anyway.
Pat, we lost video again. Let's see. Justin.
And here I am.
There you are. Justin M. Watt wants to know, do you think we'll ever get Old Gil as a playable character? Would you like him as a character or prefer to leave him doing what he's doing?
I don't know.
I like the way he's doing it. Gil gets no respect. I mean, just watch the final episode of season 28. Like,
poor Gil.
It's sort of part of Gil's shtick that even in a game like TSTO, he only gets to show up to try to like get a better cardboard box. And then everybody hates him for it.
I think it's I think it would be a travesty to give him a break at this point. It's just I think he has a really important role in the game. Why mess with it? So, no.
I kind of like how he pops in now. I don't know that I'd want him as a full character. We may. I mean, I don't think we would at this point, considering it's been 4 years and we still haven't seen him. Almost 5 years and we still haven't seen him. But
yeah,
you never know, I guess. Let's see. Safi adds to your thing about being pantsless. He says it could always be worse. You could be going commando.
It's only commando.
No details.
It's not commando when you're just half naked.
No details.
Commando means pants but no underwear.
And
it doesn't mean just half naked.
No, it's actually I cheat on that because to me sweats are not pants. So I often are wearing sweatpants during most of the day.
They're like pajama bottoms.
Yeah, I'm not even going to go into the details, but because I actually liked the whole concept of commando up until I was about 40, and then I said,
Jesus.
Okay, enough's enough.
Oh boy.
So before we forget, happy birthday to Russian Tigger's dad.
Yes.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to Russian Tigger's dad.
Russian Tigger. Happy birthday to you, Russian Tigger daddy.
And let's see, Josephine Kickass adds to the conversation that says characters could have a task to beat up Gil. Nice to have you join us, Grandma Madar. Yes, they could have a task to beat up Gil. Let's see, another question from Russian Tigger says, do you think to a degree mobile gaming houses are damned if they do, damned if they don't? This is something Joe kind of talked about before. By this, I mean TinyCo is constantly besieged by angry complaints because they don't react to players' complaints. But on the other side, EA often react to players' complaints, and they often make changes in response to these, i.e. making this event tougher, as it was a lot. We were bored, muttering through the last few events. And yes, I think there were mutters, sorry. But these changes that attract anger from other players who couldn't get everything, it does strike me that EA listens to players in a way TinyCo does not anymore. But their reward is that their reward for that is to be accused of becoming like TinyCo. Is that it's a little bizarre at times. Proof that it's impossible to keep everyone happy. So I guess it's more a matter of the question more is EA reacts to players and people complain. TinyCo doesn't react to players and people complain. So, is it better to react to players' responses, or is it better to?
Yes,
that was a comment.
Absolutely, positively, and I think we both just answered that question about 5 minutes ago, where I actually said EA is way better than TinyCo for that reason. But yeah, people are going to complain every time.
Book, I think you have an admirer in the.
That's
I know.
actually my fiance.
I know. I was being funny. Hi,
Yeah,
Heather.
I think it's cute.
Heather
No, she
says,
watches. If she can, she watches every single one of these, and
well, she
God
has
bless her.
see,
I love
you have
her.
support. I don't.
Yeah. I just want to point out, I'm the handsome one, Pat. I'm the handsome
yes,
one.
I got news for you.
Happy Father's Day to the handsome Wookie and Pat. So she could be
Oh,
saying they're
and
both
Pat.
handsome.
Nice. No, I have support from Mrs. Miller when Mrs. Miller is in one of the things. She loves it when she's in one, but today she clearly said, "I'm not going to be in it." So it's like, okay, Mrs. Miller.
All right. Fred adds.
She was up late last night.
Fred adds, way off topic, but there's a commercial for Ford, I believe, and there's a guy in it that looks like it could be Pat Swin. Not sure if it's local or national, but Fred's.
I've seen that guy. I know somebody else pointed that out to me, and he looks kind of like me and Peter Gabriel. He looked a lot like me. I stole Peter Gabriel's goatee thing. I admit it.
So
then he wants it back.
On that note, I think we've pretty much addressed everything that we saw question-wise. And I guess that's probably everything. Oh, Heather says hi back, and she can't wait to see everyone in August, which actually is a nice segue to the Attucks Meetup is in August. I forget the day now. August 17th, 18th, whatever that Saturday is. Maybe it's the 19th. 2 months from now, Saturday at Universal Studios in Hollywood. So if you are in the area and want to join us, please, by all means, check us out there. There is a post about it somewhere from a couple weeks ago. And we'll have another post up with more details. But we do look forward to seeing as many people as we can at that. And either of you two have anything else you'd like to add to anything?
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to that because it will mean two things. I will have done all my building constructions, and one of the two weddings will be done. So we are looking at this as an opportunity to cleanse the children's palate and do something on our own. It's fun.
Actually,
Really fun.
one question just popped in. I just want to address this real quick. Lone Ranger adds, so many free donuts now. Does EA benefit more from eyeballs, spending more time on the game, or sale of donuts? I believe it's a combination of both. A lot of the stats that they have relate to how many players are in the game, how long they're in the game for, how long they're tapped for, and that's a key part of their business model. So it's a combination of both. They make their money off the donuts, but it's important for them to have people in the game consistently playing the game, tapping in the game.
Yeah.
That's a key part.
I think. Well, they also don't give away so many free donuts that you can't that you automatic unless you're farming. You're a KEM farmer. If you're just a straight premium player, you never get enough free donuts to really get any more than one premium thing. So like this last time, I got the tree on totally free earned donuts that I'd gotten for whatever, but it was 100 donuts, and now I'm down to 4 or something again, 4 or 5. It'll take me a while. No, I just got some more, so I got 13. It'll take me a while, but I think that's a reasonable thing because it may get me to spend donuts on something else.
So all right.
Yeah.
Well, Joe, do you have anything you want to add?
No, just thanks for following us, Pat. Be safe driving on the road. And if you want more Wookiee every week, Laugh It Up Fuzzball. You can go on the website, laughitupfuzzball.net, my geeky podcast. So if you want more of this, just the voice, not the face, just the voice, come on down.
Which voice is it?
I
don't know. I do voices on the podcast too.
All right,
so on that note, everyone have a good rest of your weekend. We will see you next Attucks Live. There'll be an announcement as to what day it is. And until then, we'll see you in the comments. Have a good
TTFN.
weekend, everyone. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.